Hello everybody. In this short video, I'm going to explain the tips and the tricks about Refute. My name is Sumita Blessy, Assistant Professor of English, Sri Kalishwari College. So before knowing the tips, tricks and the phrases that we use in refuting, I would like to let you know what refuting is. So the word refute means prove something or someone to be wrong. The actual meaning for refute is to disapprove. Refutation is the act of disapproving an opposing argument. So this means refuting. Before knowing the tips and tricks, we should know what is the usage of refuting. So we know all the words, but we don't know where to use, when to use, and how to use. So here I have mentioned the usage of refuting. Refuting is often used in discussions or debates to challenge the validity or accuracy of another person's viewpoint. So in the picture or in the image that I have given in this slide, you could see that one is arguing the number of sticks as 4 and the other person is arguing that it is no, it is 3. So how do we refute in a debate? So obviously we use refute in debate or else in arguing. So what is the process, how to do that? So the first thing is we have to listen carefully to what the opponent says, and the second thing is we have to acknowledge their point. third Thirdly, point out the problem with their argument. And the fourth thing is we have to give our own evidence or reasons or facts. Finally, wrap up your refutation by saying why your point is better or more accurate than their point. So here I have mentioned 3 tips for refuting. So the first one is be clear. Whatever you're trying to say in simple sentences and be clear. And the second thing is we have to use facts or examples to back up our points. Finally, don't get angry. Stay calm and be respectful. Next we are going to see few phrases for refuting. So here I have mentioned how to introduce refuting, how to move further. Likewise I have given some phrases, so you could use these in your life. So in the first slide, in this slide I have given very few phrases, but still this will be useful for us. So the first one is I see your point, but I understand your perspective. However, that's an interesting viewpoint. Yet, while it is true that, it doesn't mean that. I'm not sure I agree because. So, these are the few phrases that we use for refuting. Next, we are going to see phrases for introducing an argument. It is important to note that the key point here is I would argue that, to begin with, let me state, I am convinced that. And next, the phrases for supporting an argument. In this, we mention our own facts or reasons, everything. So, first one is, for instance, research shows that this is supported by the fact that. A primary example of this is we can see evidence of this in studies have shown that. Next, these are the sentences that we use for concluding an argument. In conclusion, it is clear that all things considered, I believe that. To sum up, the evidence strongly suggests that. In summary, it can be said that. Therefore, we must conclude that. To wrap up, it is essential to recognize that. So here I have given a debate, an opponent's argument, then how we can refute that, like acknowledging point of the flaw, then we have to give our evidence and finally wrap it up. So let us see that the main argument of the opponent is school uniforms are a bad idea because they do not let students express themselves. So my refutation. First thing is I should acknowledge. I understand that my opponent thinks school uniforms limit expression. But school uniforms can actually help reduce bullying and make students focus more on learning rather than what they are wearing. So, research shows that in schools with uniforms, students tend to have fewer fights and do better in class. So, finally, for wrapping up, so while my opponent focuses on personal expression, I believe uniforms help create a better learning environment for everyone. So, this is one simple argument. Here, I have given my own refutation. So, like this, you could also try in your own participation in debates. So, finally, a simple structure for refuting is first we should acknowledge the argument. We should not fight, or we should not we should be respectful. And the second thing is we have to point out the weakness of the opponent, like weakness of the point from the opponent. And third one, we have to offer our counter argument, like evidence, reasons and facts we have to offer. And finally we have to wrap it up. These four steps are the simple thing which we are going to follow in the structure of refuting. Thank you all. You might have listened to the video very patiently. I am very thankful for that. Thank you so much for being a wonderful listeners. Thank you all.